Okay, everybody, it's April 2nd, 2025, ride recap as I ride my bicycle across America. Today was very productive, we'll say that. So as I mentioned in last night's recap, the weather today was going to be overcast and extremely windy, and it lived up to that billing. So that made me decide my route for today. When I left where I was last night, I pretty much took a route northwest because the wind was blowing out of the southeast. 25 to 30 miles an hour with gusts over 30. So I decided to use that as a tailwind, and it worked. I made almost 72 miles today. I'm in Alexandria, Louisiana. Most of the day I had a really wide shoulder to ride on. A couple times there was no shoulder and some rough pavement and some irritated drivers. But for the most part, most of the day, I was riding along at a very fast pace. The only real problem I had today was I stopped on the side of the road to, how should I say, step into the woods and water a tree, you know what I mean? And where I stopped, there was a really wide paved shoulder. So I left my bike on the paved shoulder, stepped down into the woods, did what I had to do. And as I walked up the embankment back to my bike, the wind blew my bike and it rolled down the embankment. The trailer popped off and dumped all my crap all over the side of the road. It was very frustrating. But luckily, nothing broke. As far as I know, I still have to inspect the bike, but I inspected it really quick on the side of the road as I gathered up my stuff and put it back on the trailer. That was frustrating, but nothing I can do about it. So, like I said, I'm just really grateful that, as far as I can tell, nothing broke on the bike. I didn't break any spokes. I hope. And the trailer hooked back up fine. I'm actually glad it popped off so easily. I'm just surprised that the arms for the trailer didn't blow through the spokes. I'm really surprised, but extremely grateful that didn't happen. So that was the only real issue today, other than a couple people being irate about an adult on a bicycle. A couple people right here in Alexandria before I got to the motel. Like, I wasn't even in the road. There was a really wide shoulder. Like, you could drive a car safely on this shoulder. It was so wide and paved. And two people decided to stop and tell me that I had no business riding on the road and called me a bunch of names, and I kind of just laughed at them. I said, I'm not in the road. I'm on the shoulder, so I don't know what you're so upset about. You should go home and smoke a joint or something, dude. You're pretty worked up. Anyways. That's just what this trip's all about, I guess, just pissing people off as I try to accomplish a goal. I'm not trying to piss people off. I'm really trying to go out of my way to avoid confrontation with people, because that's not good for my mental health. But whatever. Several people have asked me recently, as I talk to people at hotels, wherever I'm at, they asked me about the trip, and I'm like, there's only really two challenging aspects to the trip: weather and people. Everything else is easy. Dealing with the weather and dealing with people who think they have a right to tell a total stranger what they can and can't do. That ain't me. You ain't gonna tell me what to do. I've met several people on this trip. Who the hell do you think you are? You think you have some authority over me? Because I guarantee you don't. But anyways, that's enough about that. The ride was good. 30-mile-an-hour tailwind is just insane. Like, it's awesome. I made really good time. and made a lot more miles than I usually do because it's like having a boost button. Especially when the wind would gust over 30, I was like, woo! But yeah. I just checked in to a Red Roof Inn. I had a voucher on my Booking.com account, so I got an $80 room for $30 tonight. I thought that was pretty cool. Even though the wind was pushing me today, I'm pretty tired. So I think I'm just going to relax. Enjoy this air conditioning. It was super hot and humid today. Mid 80s and just dripping sweat even when I was standing still. My shirt has been drenched all day long. And a couple times I thought it was raining, but it was just sweat dripping up from underneath my bike helmet. Oh, but yeah. 72 miles today, or 71.45 or some shit like that. We'll just round it up and say I did 72 miles today. See how I feel tomorrow. See if I get another early start. I gotta look and figure out which way I'm gonna go tomorrow. Hopefully the wind dies down a little bit and I can just go due west. Gotta keep moving to the west. The trip across America continues.